What's up guys, Ben here bringing you another video today. You might notice me in a newish location never seen before. I'm in South Carolina for a week, hanging by the beach playing golf. We're still doing some videos. I'm gonna try and stream. The internet here is a little sketchy, so we're gonna see. Yesterday I actually had some interesting news get dropped. A couple of official announcements or articles. One was a Sports Business Journal article about Faze. We're gonna talk about it off the rip. We're gonna talk about Jake Hale's article about Rambo and what that means for the Seattle Surge. And then finally, we're going to talk about a few tweets I saw on the timeline to get things rolling. So let's dive in. All right, first up, we have this article from Kevin Hitt. Reports a lot on esports business things. And this one's an interesting one. Sources, Faze Clan eyeing 2 acquisition offers. So what this article outlines is that Faze, which is currently a publicly traded company, but the stock prices come under a little bit of pressure in issues being under $1, potentially getting delisted from NASDAQ, which your public company you don't want. They are potentially weighing in, according to this, 2 acquisition offers, one from GameSquare, where you may know as the parent company of Complexity Gaming, and Enthusiast Gaming, and they're the parent company of the Seattle Surge, Vancouver Titans. So really interesting, 2 kind of big sort of players in the esports space. I think like on the heads of it, like if it were me, and I don't know the terms of this deal, in the article they outline that there's some equity swaps, some cash infusion going on. We don't know the terms of these deals, and I don't know with the chart of the company how approval would work as a public company for getting these, but whatever. If it were me, I'd probably take the GameSquare offer. They were identical. Enthusiasts a habit of having too big of a portfolio. Their associated owners, the Aqualanis, have a little bit of a reputation in the NHL of a certain amount of conduct. And I think GameSquare would more align with Faze Clan's identity of being sort of talent first, content focused. So that would be a key one. Now, I think where a lot of CDL kind of stuff is kind of come into this is what would happen with the Atlanta Faze spot if, let's say, Faze Clan took the Enthusiast Gaming spot, mind you, or the Enthusiast Gaming deal. Mind you, Enthusiast Gaming owns Vancouver Titans, Seattle Surge. So what would happen with the Faze name? So first off, we don't know the terms of the licensing deal that controls the use of the Faze trademark for Atlanta Faze. Atlanta Faze is owned by Atlanta Esports Ventures, which is backed by Cox Capital, Cox Cable, if you are living in the US, one of the biggest ISPs. And I believe AEV does own some board seats and some equity in Faze Clan, but essentially that name is being used in a licensing agreement with Faze. So I don't know how much it really changed, because, you know, if Faze Clan was owned by Enthusiast, AEV is a separate entity, even though they're investing theoretically in the parent company of another team, maybe enough layers that Activision wouldn't really be worried about any conflict of interest. And I don't really think the name thing would really like come into that much issue. So I guess we would see. That's obviously assuming that Enthusiast would be the deal they selected, but just some early reporting that Faze is starting to think about acquisition offers. This is kind of rumored anyway with the stock price issue, so we'll keep tabs on that. And once we get a more firm grasp of which way they're leaning, we'll dive in. All right, now we get into the fun Call of Duty stuff. And this one has been rumored for a minute, and we finally got an official leak about it. Sources, Rambo signs as Seattle Surge CDL head coach, published by Jacob Hale early in the morning yesterday in classic Jacob Hale fashion. Guy probably woke up, took care of his kids, and then posted the article. Love you, Jake. Anyway, basically what this article outlines is that Ray is coming back to coaching after being let go from Optic last season, and Seattle basically squad wiping everybody, including the coaching staff. Ray is joining the Seattle team. Now, there's a lot of interesting issues with this squad. One is it's a completely fresh start, so they're going to have to go out and get players and really kind of get back into sort of a rebuilding situation. Second is this team going to relocate to Vancouver? There's a lot of rumors in the community about that, and I haven't heard anything confirmed or not if that's going to happen. And then the third thing is, like, who are they going to sign? Now, a lot of rumors with this team that potentially Abuza and Linz may be coming over from Wobblebobs. They tweeted out this little gift that you see right there. Linz also tweeted out some additional stuff as well yesterday. Just some reaction stuff. Not sure if they're baiting, but it seems like if LA Thieves' rumored roster with Afro and Cammy is what they're going to pursue, it's not surprising that Linz and Abuza may head on over to the Seattle Surge. So what do I think about this potential thing? First off, you guys know I'm very high on Abuza. I also think that Linz played really good during the season as well. I like the Wobblebobs teams. Would I have liked to have seen them win more last season, especially play a little better on land? Sure, but they're really young, and Challengers is tricky, and I'm not putting too much negative on that. I think those players are very good, and I think a lot of teams are interested in them. And I like this move for Seattle because you get the opportunity to get young players in. It's going to be cost effective. Yes, there is risk involved. You got to get these players who haven't lived in the US before. You got to get them over here, visas, accommodations. If this team moves to Vancouver and they got to play from Vancouver, that is going to be a horrific internet situation. So there's some risk involved in this, but the upside for Seattle is the same situation as Pred. You might find some players that are rookie of the year, all-star candidates, and they can be cornerstone players that will allow you to recruit more veteran players to come join this lineup. So that's the key question, is like, who else are they going to get on this team? Not a lot of hardcore rumors about that I've heard that pair up Abuza and Linz with other veterans. Now, it feels like Illy might go to this team based on his past connections with Rambo. Illy's also been rumored to duo with Arcides. You know, they've been playing a lot of tournaments together, all that stuff. I don't know how much I feel about that, but I could see like an Illy, Abuza, Linz looking for one kind of situation. Would be an interesting team. I'm a little worried that if it's not the Illy of old, like from a leadership point, it's a little bit iffy, and the vibes in the team are going to be a little bit funky, and it's going to put a lot on Ray to be the emotional center and leadership center of the team. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, we have not seen any of those types of teams be successful in the CDL. When you look at teams like Empire and Modern Warfare 2019, Faze in Cold War, LA Thieves last season, and this season with New York, they have strong leadership personalities on the team, and there's trust and there's unity, and it's not like a system where it's a strong head coach and players that are really like kind of green outside of one. So we'll see what the roster is before I like give my final verdict, but I'm very curious to see what direction Seattle goes in here. Last piece of thing for this video, I've been telling you guys this like every year. Everybody comes in my chat or on my YouTube videos like, what's going to happen with Crowder? Is he going to go to Optic? Is he going to go to Thieves? Is he going to stop coaching? Because Chris, like every offseason, does this thing. And I love him. He's my co-host of Scrap Time. He does this thing every offseason where he comes on stream. He's like, I'm a free agent. I don't know if I'm going to coach. He's coming back to coaching, bro. And it seems like from him tweeting out this GIF, he's going to go ahead and probably sign a new deal with Atlanta Faze. I assume if he's coming in there, that means as well, probably like RJ is coming back. Now, I don't know what else is going to happen with the rest of their coaching staff. I don't know what's going to happen with, say, Nick Classic, but I assume, knowing Faze, they like the continuity, they like the stability, and so most, if not all, individuals should be coming back from sort of the support staff around the team. So really no surprises there. I think Faze are kind of pretty much locked now in sort of their situation and just get to kind of go through the rest of the offseason and get ready to kind of jump in next season. Like the moves, like bringing back the coaching staff. They got an opportunity to be the best team again next year. After a good year this year, even though they didn't win champs, they won an event, were top 3 all year. Let's see if they can kick it to a next level with Draza coming in. So yeah, that's it for the video. We're expecting some more news this week on a bunch of team fronts. We're waiting for what's ever going to happen in the official Optic announcement. We're waiting for final LA Thieves leaks, waiting for some Minnesota Rocker leaks. There are some potential Rocker players baiting on the timeline, but I haven't been able to really lock down like strong sources on some of those baits that I feel confident talking about them on stream. We're still waiting on a couple of teams to really give sort of either some leaks or official announcements on. So we'll cover those as they come in this week. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more. As always, guys, we'll see you on the next one.